Yes, this is the Bollywood Central, a brand new show which we talk all about Bollywood, uh, the rising female talent in Bollywood, the Bollywood women superstars of yesteryear. We talk about Bollywood latest news of the week. And we talk about the upcoming Bollywood films. We talk about the box office Bollywood update of the week, what's happening, what's shaking up, what's shaking down, and everything else in between. There's a lot of stuff which we're going to do. Let's just kick it off now with some Bollywood news. There is some amazing stuff which is happening. One of the amazing stuff which Ekta Kapoor has happened, we all know who Ekta Kapoor is, and we should do. One of the most amazing things which Ekta Kapoor has done, let's have a quick check on the article. So Ekta Kapoor launches Woman Rising. Now basically, this article is courtesy of IndianExpress.com. So basically, what's happened is film producer Ekta Kapoor, Guneet Monk, and author director Tahir Kashyap have joined hands to launch Indian Woman Rising, which is IWR, a cinema collective to support and empower Indian female talent in the film industry. Now, I fully support this. I think this is an amazing thing to do. Now, so this is basically about discovering, nurturing, and bringing spotlight on Indian women in cinema across the world. IWR has been launched with the sole purpose of disrupting the status quo and amplifying the voice of Indian female filmmakers. Kapoor said, when Guneet and Tahira told her about the idea of launching this collective, she instantly agreed to it. It is always exciting to collaborate with like minded individuals. I've always believed that women create wonders when given the right opportunity and the support. Through IWR, our vision is to do that and empower independent women filmmakers and creators and give them a platform to showcase their talent. We are hopeful that our collective will encourage more female directors to come forward and with their work and lead the way in our industry. Um, Close quote. This is what she said in a statement. Now this is absolutely amazing, and hats off all to these three women who are giving women a rising to women a platform rather than bickering, rather saying, okay, it's just about me, it's just about what I do. Instead of that, they're helping other women out and giving them a platform. So hats off and kudos to them for doing so. Over to the next news which we have today is about Alia Bhatt. Let's have a look. So basically, the news is Ali Bhatt did not violate any quarantine rules. Now, this is courtesy of Times of India dot indiatimes.com. Bollywood actor Ali Bhatt has not violated any quarantine rules while traveling to Delhi. A senior official of the Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation Open Court BMC Close Court said he on Thursday she had a negative COVID-19 test report before going to Delhi and was not under quarantine, he told PTI early this week. Actors Kareena Kapoor and Amrita Arora tested positive for COVID-19 after attending a dinner at producer director Karan Johar's residence. There were comments on social media claiming that Ali Bhatt traveled to Delhi for a film shoot in breach of quarantine rules. No action is warranted if she has traveled with a negative COVID-19 report, the official said, refuting media reports about violating of COVID-19 rules. No other high-risk persons or close contacts of Bollywood personalities tested positive for COVID-19 since Thursday morning, the official said. So there's that. And moving on, next Bollywood news. Salman rocks Riyadh, which is in Saudi Arabia. And how did he rock it? Let's have a quick check, shall we? So basically, Bollywood actor Salman Khan, along with Shilpa Shetty, performed in Saudi Arabia on Friday. This is courtesy of GolfNews.com. It was a night like no other in Bollywood fans in Saudi Arabia as Salman took to the stage in Riyadh on Friday night, bringing his brand of star power to the Riyadh stage. The actor performed to a packed crowd, blending humor with hijinks at the international arena in Boulevard as he performed to the biggest hits of his Bollywood career as part of his Dabang tour, with a little help from his celebrity friends, which included Shilpa Shetty Kundra, brother-in-law Ayush Sharma, Sahim Manjrekar, and Manish Paul, among others. Prabhudeva, Sohail Khan, Sunil Grover, Kamal Khan were also in attendance, but Jabin Fernandez, who was supposed to take to the stage with Khan, was unable to fly to Saudi Arabia, despite promises from the seasonal actor himself earlier at a press conference in the city. Now let's look at one of the biggest superstars of yesteryear, Madhubala, and let's talk about some insight information about her and a bit about her bio and why and her star power in Bollywood. So she is the focus of the week in Bollywood for us, the Bollywood superstar Madhubala, and we all remember her and her biggest hits and why she is such star power. This is some of the information why she is. This is courtesy of Britannica.com about her bio. Her real name is Mumtaz Jahan Begum Dilavi, born in February 1933, Delhi, British India. She died obviously in February 23, 1969, Bombay now, which is Mumbai now. Indian actress who was the most celebrated female Bollywood star during the 1950s and 60s. She was especially famed for her beauty, so much that her accomplished acting was often overlooked. Delavi was still a child when her impoverished Bhajan family moved to a slum in Bombay that were close to the Bombay Talkies film studio. Shortly thereafter, after she began appearing in movies, and she was billed as Baby Mumtaz for her roles in Basanti (1942) and Dana Bhagat (1945). The diligent actress attracted the attention of Devaki Rani, a co-founder of the studio, who suggested that she call herself Madhubala, and after Neel Kamal (1947) with Raj Kapoor, she was so billed she acted in several films each year, becoming her family's primary source of income. Her role as a ghost young woman in the supernatural suspense drama Mahal (1940), in which she acted opposite Ashok Kumar, made her a star. After Madhubala starred with Dilip Kumar in the romance Tarana (1951), the pair were linked romantically. They appeared together in Sangdil (1952), a loose adaptation of Charlotte Bronte's novel Jane Eyre, and in the drama Amar (1954). Her other notable roles, including that of Sport and Naive in the comedy Mr. and Mrs. 55, which was a 55 film, directed by and co-starring Guru Dutt, a young woman raised by Paul in Ignorance in the comedy Fagun, that's 1958. Popular for his songs, an intrepid reporter in Kalapani, 1958, co-starring Devanand, and an independent woman whose car is broken down in the comedy Chalti Ka Naam Gari, 1958. She was also remembered for her songs in the thriller Howrah Bridge, 1958. Madhubala's romance with Dilip Kumar ended because of her father's interference, although they co-starred in the epic blockbuster Mughal-e-Azam, 1960. Perhaps the best-known film that year, Madhubala married the comic actor Kishore Kumar, free co-star, but the marriage was reportedly unhappy. In the 1950s, in Murder, Madhubala was afflicted with ventricle septal defect, a congenital heart condition for which there was no treatment, and by 1960 her health had begun to noticeably deteriorate, and she continued to make hit films for a time. However, including the dramas Barsat Ki Raat 1960, the thriller Passport 1961, and the comedy Half Ticket 1962, but she spent her final years in seclusion before dying shortly after 36th birthday. So that's basically about Madhubala. Uh, let's talk about a rising female talent who is making big waves in Bollywood, and that is of the week, rising female talent of the week is Nanya Pandey. Let's talk a bit about Nani Pandey. She's been growing ever since she joined the film industry, and this is courtesy of filmfare.com. The 22-year-old started her career in 2019 with Dharma Productions, Student of the Year 2, and won the Filmfare Best Debut Award. Since then, she has played the main lead in romantic comedy Pati Patni Aur Wo and Kala Pili alongside Ishan Khattar and will be seen in Shukun Batra's Next. Not just that, the Star Kid is one of the most active stars on social media, and she even started an initiative called So Positive to create awareness about social media bullying to build a positive community. And now let's look at some upcoming Bollywood films. And this film stars Akshay Kumar called Prithvi Raj, the upcoming historical epic action drama starring Akshay Kumar and Manushi Chilla in prominent roles is directed by Chandra Prakash Dwivedi. This movie is slated to release on January the 21st, 2022. So this is the film which is due to release then. And the next film which you need to watch out for, and we are giving this a total spotlight for this week. It is called Radhe Shyam. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Now this film is directed by Radha Krishna Kumar. It's an upcoming period sci-fi romantic drama featuring Prabhas and Pooja Hegde in the lead roles. The movie is currently scheduled to release on January the 14th, 2022. Okay, now we're talking. Let's talk a bit about what is going on in the box office. And courtesy courtesy of koimoy.com, the box office this week is as follows. Spider-Man is number one. I know you may be shocked. Spider-Man number one in India, but it is. Spider-Man's new film, No Way Home, 32.67 crore, is doing massively well and it still is number one. Number two, we have Chandigarh Kari Ashiki. And this is so far, it's about day seven of this film. And this film has earned so far 18.58 crore. And Tadap is on number three on 24.80 crore. So these three films are what the box office is all about in India at the moment. But if you look at day one of Spider-Man, this is obviously in the whole week so far. If you look at day one of Spider-Man, No Way Home, it has totally rocked in India. I mean, when you're taking an opening of 30.67 crore, that is far more than one imagined. So that's absolutely amazing. Now obviously, the stats will be a bit different. The stats will be a bit different if you look at what's happening in the next few days. Now, obviously, this may not be fully updated here, but Spider-Man, as far as what I've seen, is still number one. Yeah, so it's still number one in India. It's doing amazingly well, and I really can't see anyone overtaking this film. Obviously, we've seen what Suryavanshi's done. It's become one of the biggest films of Akshay Kumar uh, on there now. Uh, so that film is doing amazingly well. Please click on the like button. Give me your comments about this show, Bollywood Central. Click on subscribe if you haven't, and join in the Woman Agenda channel. We like your comments, and please subscribe, give us your comments, and then and when you subscribe, you will see the latest videos from the Woman Agenda here. Bollywood Central every Friday, only on the Woman Agenda, with me, Raju, and you will see, and obviously the Music Express Zone will be here 9 o'clock, exclusive to the Woman Agenda. We will talk about all music like we do. You can sponsor the podcast, the Woman Agenda, and if you want to know how to sponsor, the information is below. And get in touch with me, and we will talk, and it will be absolutely amazing. Now let's just quickly go back to the box office a second. I want you to just address a few things about. Let's talk a little bit more about the box office. As I wanted to talk a bit more about this. Now, the final numbers for Spider-Man are awaited at the moment. Now, if you look at Spider-Man No Way Home, who stars Tom Holland, it released a day prior to the release in the United States, and the word of mouth has been very good. As Suru mentioned, in India, if it just starts at the box office, is to be considered. As per trade reports flowing in, is 62 to 65% occupancy in morning shows, and that's really huge considering what's happening. COVID is said to cause a dent for Bollywood releases. This Hollywood release has broken all the shackles. So there you have it. So there it is. When we obviously knew Bollywood was massively affected when there was a lockdown, and even though now the lockdown restrictions have been lifted, Bollywood has not been the same so far. It's trying to recover itself. It's lost loads of money, as we know, and it's not gone to the stage where it needs to be on there. So this will obviously help. Spider-Man will definitely help that, as we've seen, and it's taken an amazing collection. We will talk more about the box office next week on Bollywood Central, and we will discuss more about that, among other things, on there. So do join me next week for that. Like I said, we have upcoming shows coming up, and we hopefully will have a live interview on Sunday with an artist as well. So do join me and click on the notifications, and then you'll know when we go live. That will be live, and another live show on there. So this is it from me from Bollywood Central. I will see you on the Music Express Zone, 9 o'clock. So till then, enjoy the rest of the day, and I will see you in the Music Express Zone in a bit.